Hello, everybody. Nerd in Texoma back with another Constar review. Now, I apologize about this not being posted last weekend. Gotta love technology. I had thought that it had fully uploaded, so I deleted the file off of my phone only to find out that it had not uploaded. And I was having some difficulty with getting my phone to work right and record the video, so I apologize about it being a week late, but hey, better late than never, I guess. All right, well, today's Constar review is on Demons Part 2. And again, this is one of what I call the extended universe of Constar. It's not quite the prime Constar universe. It is part of the Avalon universe of Star Trek fan films, which, as I stated previously in last review or one before, something like that, when I've talked about the Avalon universe, it's a mix of a lot of different elements. It's TOS style ships with Discovery style badges, but the uniforms are Kelvin universe style. Some of the technology on board the ship, like the view screens and the computer sounds, are like next gen and DS9 type sound. So it's a grand mix of things that really comes together extremely well. Like, for instance, in this episode and the previous one, Demons Part 1, we have a Klingon bird of prey, which, as far as TOS is concerned, didn't exist until the movies came around. Again, this is an episode with difficult choices facing the demons of the past. Feeling guilt from previous crew dying, giving orders to current crew that unfortunately led to their death. You can't know exactly what's going to happen every time you give somebody an order to do something, and you're working in the overall best interest of the ship and the crew as a whole. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one or the few. We see the captain struggling with this. We see it's not a perspective normally seen, normally fleshed out as much, that DS9 is faced, that Next Gen faced, that Voyager faced. Nothing against the official Trek, but they often don't seem to have the time to go into the personal aspects of the characters, of the crew. And that's one thing that I like about fan films, is you get a little bit more of a personal feel for these folks. You have time to fill in all of the little backstory and interesting little tidbits and things like that. I mean, it just makes them feel more real. I'm not saying that the official Paramount Trek series are any less real. I'm just saying, you get to know these characters a little bit more in fan films, and that's something I think is great. Effects, awesome. All the acting was on point. I mean, there was a couple of times, like the audio, there's a little glitch, but that happens. Doesn't take away from the story at all in one bit. Sound effects, top notch. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 99% sure that this was filmed on Warp 66 Studios up in Harrison, Arkansas, and it's awesome to see those sets. I've been on them a few times myself, and it's always good to see them again. I mean, again, it's an awesome story, I think. You really get to feel what these characters are going through, in my opinion. All the struggles, all the internal grief that they feel, and all that. And see them actually come together and work together, work through what issues they're facing. And that's awesome. Seeing Menard, that's great. I mean, he's the reason for the Constar universe. And seeing how he connects through the character of Archer. Yeah. It's just another strong point, good point that unites the whole Constar universe, even the extended universe that is not Prime Constar universe. Well, I'm making up terminology for fan films. You've got the Kelvin Constar, you've got the Prime Constar. Boy, I'm just going wild on that. But anyhow, like to know your thoughts on this episode. If you caught anything that I missed, please let me know down in the comments. And I'll see y'all back for the next Constar review. Bye.